So today we're going to go over the last lesson in Unit 2, Triangle Relationships and Theorems. So the first thing we start with is the Triangle Sum Theorem, and that is the sum of the measures of the angles in a triangle is 180 degrees. So if you look at this triangle here, that means the measure of angle A plus the measure of angle B plus the measure of angle C equal 180 degrees. So that's just saying the angles of the triangle add to 180. Example 1. It says complete the proof. Given the measure of angle A equals 25 degrees and the measure of angle C equals 110, prove that the measure of angle B equals 45 degrees. So you should know your first statement and reason right off the top. So you start with the given. So it's the measure of angle A equals 25 degrees and measure of angle C equals 110 degrees. And that's a given. What they gave us. Now, what you're proving, remember, goes in the last statement. So it'd be the measure of angle B equals 45 degrees. So now from here, we're going to say what we just learned. The measure of angle A plus the measure of angle B plus the measure of angle C equals 180 degrees. And that was called the Triangle Angle Sum Theorem. Now we're going to substitute in the angle measures. So we know the measure of angle A equals 25 degrees. So we have 25 plus the measure of angle B, because that wasn't given to us, plus the measure of angle C is 110 equals 180. And that was the substitution property. Then we're going to combine like terms here. So the measure of angle B plus 135 equals 180. So that's called simplifying. And then to solve, we would have to subtract 135 from both sides. So that's the subtraction property of equality. Next page. So it says find the values of x, y, and z. So x is here, so it's in this triangle, so we know that this angle plus this angle plus this angle has to equal 180 degrees. So we would set that up by saying x plus 39 plus 65 equals 180. X plus 104 equals 180. And you subtract 104 from both sides, you would get x equals 76. And now when we go to do y, okay, which is down here, hold on a second. Okay, so when we go to solve for y, you notice that it would be angle y plus 21 plus angle z equals 180, but we don't know what z is yet. But when you look at the big triangle, you can see that you could do 65, and then this whole angle would be 39 plus 21 plus z would equal 180. So if we set that up, it would be 65 plus 39 plus 21, because we're talking about the whole big triangle here. So you'd have to add those together, and then you would plus z equals 180. So you combine like terms there, and you get 125 plus z equals 180. Subtract 125, subtract 125. Z equals 55. So now going back to what we said about y, now that we have z, you could do y plus 21 plus 55 equals 180. And you would get 76 plus y plus 76 equals 180, and then subtract the 76, then you would get y equals 104. Okay, it says you can classify a triangle by its angles and its sides. So equiangular means all sides, all angles are congruent. Which means since they have to add to 180, they would be 60 degrees. Acute is all angles acute. A right triangle has one right angle. An obtuse triangle has one obtuse angle, which means greater than 90, less than 180. Equilateral triangle means all the sides are congruent. Isosceles means at least two sides congruent. And then a scalene triangle has no sides congruent. Next page. A few more definitions here. It says the first one is the interior. The interior is the set of all points inside the figure. The exterior is the set of all points outside the figure. An interior angle is formed by two sides of a triangle. An exterior angle is formed by one side of the triangle and extension of an adjacent angle. So if you look at the picture below, angle 4 is an exterior angle. And then it says each exterior angle has two remote interior angles. A remote interior angle is an interior angle that is not adjacent to the exterior angle. So remember, adjacent is next to. So in this example, angle 4 is the exterior angle. So the remote interior angles would be angle 1 and angle 2. Because again, the remote interior angles are the are not, the ones that are not adjacent to the exterior angle. So it'd be 1 and 2. So we have another theorem here. It says an exterior angle theorem. The measure of an exterior angle of a triangle is equal to the sum of the measures of its remote interior angles. So that means in this picture here, the measure of angle 4 would equal the measure of angle 1 plus the measure of angle 2. So for example 3, it says find each missing angle measure. So here, the measure of angle 1, these are the remote interior angles, would equal 33 plus 83. So the measure of angle 1 equals 116 degrees. Now here it gives you the exterior angle measure is 112, and these are the remote. So you could say, if we call this angle 1, you could say 112 equals 40 plus the measure of angle 1, measure of angle 1, and then it would be, you would subtract the 40 from both sides, and then you would get 72 equals the measure of angle 1, so the measure of angle 1 equals 72 degrees. Because again, this exterior angle equals the sum of the two remote interior angles. Next page. So here you have angle-side relationships in a triangle. So the first theorem says if two sides of a triangle are not congruent, then the larger angle is opposite the longer side. And then the second one says if two angles of a triangle are not congruent, then the longer side is opposite the larger angle. So if you look at example 4, you have, it says order the angles of triangle FGH from smallest to greatest. So if you're looking at the sides, these are the side measures here. So you go to the smallest one, which is 17.2. So the angle that is opposite that, so that would be over here, is the smallest angle. So from smallest to greatest, you'd say angle F. Then we look, the 19.6 is in the middle, so that the angle opposite that, you go to the other side, it would be H, so angle H. And then the biggest side, the longest side is 20.4, so the biggest angle is opposite that. So you go like this, and it would be angle G. Now it says, for example 5, order the sides of triangle PQR from smallest to biggest. So you would have, this is 60 degrees, this is 72, so we know, we can figure out what R is because the 3 have to add to 180. If you do that, you get 48 degrees for R. So this is the smallest angle, so this is the smallest side, the side opposite. This is the angle measure in the middle. So this would be like the medium side, and then this is the largest angle, so the side opposite that would be the longest. So when you write that, you have to write, so it says write it from smallest to biggest, so it's going to be side PQ, and then QR, and then side PR. Like that. And now the last page, the last theorem, Triangle Inequality Theorem. It says the sum of any two side lengths of a triangle is greater than the third side length. So here it says AB plus BC would be greater than AC. Or BC plus AC would be greater than AB. Or AC plus AB would be bigger than BC. So it says, can a triangle have sides with the given lengths? Explain. So the answer here would be no, because if these were the side lengths, 3 plus 6 is not greater than 10. So you know that answer is no. Now for B, it's going to be yes, because if you do 3 plus 7, that's greater than 8. 3 plus 8 is greater than 7. And 7 plus 8 is greater than 3. So the answer would be yes. And that's it. Have a good day.